Hello and welcome to another edition of Lab Rats. My name's Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
And this is a show where we demystify technology, especially those in the third dimension.
Ooh.
Yeah, again, this week we're here at Panasonic Canada, and they're going to give us a little tour of the 3D technology in terms of screens.
Yes, what do you actually need to bring 3D into your living room?
So very exciting. We're going to talk about what gadgets you need. We're going to talk about content available. And of course, we're going to delve a little bit into how does it work as well.
Yeah, this looks a little bit blurry here, like a double image, like I'm drunk or something. But I think we'll explain why that is and how it all works when we come back.
Yeah. Before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about howdoyou.com, which will give us a new opportunity for you to win $10,000 or one of 10 iPads if you explain how .com has changed your life. And of course, it's changed your life, Sean, hasn't it?
It has changed my life in many ways. And the way I want to talk about today is imdb.com. Since we're going to be looking at some movies and stuff on TV, it's just I found that I was always wondering, is this movie any good? What should I go see? What star or what movie was this particular star in? And IMDb, being able to go that, I just could find out at a second's notice all of these things and more. Is it worth seeing? What do other people think?
It's made you a better movie nut. Is that right?
It has made me a better movie nut than I would have been without having to go see every single movie ever released.
There's Sean's .com story. I'm sure yours is way, way better.
Yeah, probably.
So zip on over to howdoyou.com. You can actually shoot a video of yourself explaining why .com has changed your life, or put a little text post in there as well. And you can win up to, as I said, $10,000 or one of 10 iPads. So check it out, howdoyou.com.
Yeah, and be sure if you shoot a video and upload it to it that you actually take the time to put that movie on IMDb, including all the stars and all of that. So,
yes, what he said. Okay, right, let's take a break, and when we come back, 3D for your living room today
on Lab Rats. Lab Rats.
Oh, look, fish.
Ooh.
As I promised, we are here at Panasonic Canada with Brian Lang. Now, Brian, you're the head honcho in charge of 3D gear here at least the displays, I think, right?
I'm involved with the display and with Blu-ray player, as well as home theater products.
Oh, so you're the right man. You're absolutely the right man to come and talk to.
Today I am.
Okay, good. All right, so let's start with some real simple stuff. So folks out there are really excited about 3D. They want to bring 3D into their living room. Now, it's not just about buying I guess first you would start by buying a 3D capable television. Is that right?
You want to have a 3D television. That's going to display the image for you. Plus, you're also going to need something to drive the source.
Okay.
Today, the best thing that's available is a 3D Blu-ray player.
Okay, so it's 3D content, and it's coming off of a Blu-ray player that's a 3D disc. Is that right?
It'd be a 3D disc.
Okay.
Currently, if you buy a Panasonic 3D display and a 3D Blu-ray player, we'll give you 2 discs.
Oh, good. All
Ice
right.
Age
Just to get
3
you started,
and
right?
Coraline to get you started.
Okay, good.
You put it in the player, and it will output those movies in 3D, and you'd be able to watch them on your display.
Okay, so I need a screen. I need a player of some sort of source. Now, I guess 3D Blu-ray is the place to start. I mean, in the future, we're going to get it from like our
cable
providers.
company, satellite provider,
Right.
maybe even eventually over air.
Okay, right. Okay, good. Wow, 3D over air.
Because if you
eventually.
can do high definition, you can do 3D.
Right. So, and how far out do you think? Like in the next year or two, are we going to see a lot of 3D sources?
Right now, I'm listening and I'm hearing about Rogers gearing themselves up, and Shaw gearing themselves up, and Cogeco gearing themselves up. The satellite companies gearing themselves up.
What about in the States?
Same thing.
Yeah.
This weekend, you'll be able to watch the World Cup soccer finals in 3D.
Oh, wow.
If you have a 3D capable TV set,
Right.
and you're a subscriber to the Cogecos and the cable companies' high definition,
Right.
their boxes are capable of giving you 3D images.
DirecTV had a big thing, I think, at the Consumer Electronics Show. Comcast is talking about it.
DirecTV, Comcast.
And all the studios, too.
We've got Universal, 20th Century Fox,
Yeah.
Disney, all gearing up for future production, all to be done in 3D.
Okay, so I'm going to buy a Panasonic panel. I'm going to get this content, it's, initially on Blu-ray 3D, and then I'm going to need a set of these, right?
You'll also require the glasses.
Right.
The function of the glasses is to basically steer the image to the correct eye.
Right.
Okay. If you look at the construction of a regular TV picture, the TV that you've got in your home, what it is 60 images, or it's an image flashed at you 60 times a second.
Right.
So
Sean,
think of the flapper books
Yeah.
that you had when you were a kid, and you'd through the different pictures, you'd get the stick figure moving across the screen. Okay. That's how a TV set works. You would have an image flashed at you 60 times a second. Right. For 3D, you're having an image flashed at you 120 times a second.
Okay, so that's 120 images a second, but how does that actually make it 3D as opposed to just twice 2D?
I think if you see in the image behind me, you're seeing a little bit of double imaging, correct?
I am seeing double imaging.
Exactly. So what is happening is you will have an image that is designed for your left eye and an image designed for your right eye. And the glasses will steer the correct image to the correct eye. The glasses are an active glass, and they're basically blocking your left eye when you're supposed to be receiving right eye information and blocking your right eye when you're supposed to be seeing left eye information. That's the double image that you're seeing on the screen. So the glasses are steering the correct image to the correct eye to give you that 3D experience.
Okay. How does it actually block the left eye or the right eye when I'm seeing you both eyes at the same time?
But it's also flashing at 120 times a second.
So it's flashing too fast for me to notice.
For you to consciously notice the flashing. Okay. The way it works is the TV set is sending out a signal to the glasses, and it goes right onto the bridge, which coordinates which eye is supposed to be, or which lens is supposed to be actively turning on or off. And then the picture coming from the screen of the set is going to be picked up by the correct lens. And then your mind reassembles that image as a 3D picture.
Okay, so it's blacking it out like with LCD technology.
Basically, yeah. It's think of it almost like Venetian blinds, opening and closing very quickly to direct or steer the correct information to the correct eye.
There we go. So we're reassembling, we're interlacing it inside our own head.
Inside your own head, you're putting it all back together as a 3D image.
You know, with that interlacing of this, are there any limitations on this in terms of how high res you can make the picture?
The limitation is basically why we've decided to go with plasma as opposed to other platforms. The display has to be fast enough to be able to send you your left eye information and then have it disappear so the right eye information can come up. If you get crosstalk, or when you're supposed to be receiving left eye information and right eye information gets in, you start seeing double imaging through that crosstalk. And that double imaging can now result in not so pleasant 3D experiences.
It sounds like it could be really disorienting, in fact.
It can be where you heard before about in the collection of 3D, there's bad 3D. There's also bad 3D in display.
Right.
Plasma is the better method because of its speed. Plasma is also the better method because of the contrast. It gives you a better depth of field, again, improving that 3D experience. And plasma is better suited in larger screen sizes, which gives you a more immersive, a more theater cinema-like experience.
There you go.
So talk to me about your line of TVs this year. You started shipping them recently.
We started shipping in June, and we've got 4 models in the line. We start off at a 50-inch. There's a 54-inch, 58-inch, and a 65-inch. And the prices range from $29.99 to $49.99.
All plasma technology?
All plasma technology.
And what's the premium on top of something that's non-3D, for example?
Well, good question. If you compare, for instance, the 50-inch V10 from last year, which was our top-of-the-line 50-inch plasma set, it was $29.99. This year's 50 VT25, on top of last year's performance, you get better picture. You also start adding in social networking items such as Twitter. Skype has been added in to this year's product. Wow. You have 3D glasses included with this year's product, and it's a 3D TV set. Right. And it's $29.99.
That's pretty good.
You go to the extreme, the 65-inch last year was $69.99, and this year it's $49.99.
So if I've been procreating like crazy with my wife, and we get 2 sets of glasses with this TV, and I want to buy 4 more sets, then what's that going to cost me?
The price of the glasses is $149 retail.
All right. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So when you consider the technology that's involved inside of those glasses,
yeah,
it's a very good deal.
But and you going to do family packs? I'm actually very interested in that. Are you going to do family packs at all, or is it one-off? Just buy as many as you need and
buy as many as you need right now.
Yeah, I got it. Very good. All right, terrific. And then come CES next year. Any hints as to what we're going to see around 3D?
Maybe there'll be a 150-inch under the tree for you.
I hope so. Very good. Good. Any other final thoughts, Sean?
Yeah, one thing I think that's preventing a lot of people out there from really going out there and just buying a 3D TV right now is they're looking at this and seeing these glasses, which aren't necessarily the most normal-looking things in the whole world for watching TV.
You're very handsome in those, I have to say.
Well, thank you so much. But I think a lot of people are wondering, when I get a 3D TV, do I have to wear these glasses all the time? Can I actually watch my regular shows?
The glasses are only required when you want to watch 3D. One of the things that I can't emphasize enough about 3D and within our product, everything that Panasonic has done to make the most compelling and the most immersive 3D picture that you have ever seen has only been there to add also to our 2D performance. Basically, with the Panasonic Plasma, it's the best picture in any dimension, 2D or 3D. I can show you some scenes that are in 2D, and it looks like it's a 3D picture. It's so deep and amazing.
So there you go. So if you're done watching 3D, you can always look at your 2D stuff, and it looks just fine.
Your 2D stuff and actually have a better picture than your previous 2D TV set.
There you go. Well, thanks so much for taking us on a tour of 3D today.
Thank you for your time.
All right. All right, guys, so that's it. Let's take a break, and when we come back, Sean and I have final thoughts on 3D in your living room. So how about that for 3D? That's pretty amazing. I'm like thinking maybe I want one of those.
Me too.
Yeah.
Can we get a couple of these in the studio too with the cameras that we're going to get?
No problem. Just bring me the request and that's it. So do you really think that 3D is going to take off?
It looks pretty impressive. I got to say, looking at this screen, this is the first time I've really spent any time looking at it. Yeah. And it is quite impressive.
It is. It's one of those things, you know, where you go, oh, I don't know, and then you see it and you go, wow, that's really amazing. We're just watching this Grand Canyon video here, and there's a scene where you're going down the river and it's splashing in your eyes, and you're literally, you know, it's one of these, whoa. And that can be had in your living room if you buy those 3 components, right?
Yeah, not for not too much money as well.
Not too much money, exactly. And the price will only come down, as you know, because technology never goes up in price, it always comes down in price. All right, any final thoughts, Mr. Carruthers?
Yeah.
You want one?
I want one. The only thing I will say is, like with any technology, I think for a certain group of people, and I'm unfortunately among them, watching this for any length of time, I think would probably hurt my eyes a little bit because I have a bit of a tracking issue in my eyes. So that happens almost any time I'm looking at anything 3D. Right. But I understand that's less of a problem with these screens than it has been in the past with some of these other previous technologies. So it's definitely safer for me than the other ones have been in the past. That's for sure.
Our friends here at Panasonic mentioned that, you know, there has been some of the competitors have had some health issues. Of course, not with the Panasonic sets. So you may see some of that stuff out there. And of course, this first generation technology, there is kind of a bar factor if you see bad 3D, you know.
And there will be bad 3D.
With the frame intrusions and stuff like that. So bear in mind, okay, first generation technology, but it's very cool and you will love it when you first see it. Go down to your local big box store and check it out because I think you'll be very impressed. All right, well, that's it for us this week. Don't forget, if you want to send your questions or your requests for shows, email.
It looks even better in 3D at labrats.tv.
Or if you can't spell that, more simply,
feedback@labrats.tv.
There you go. All right, zip on over to butterscotch.com for more shows. We have more than 200 episodes of Labrats, of course, these days. Thousands of episodes of stuff to teach you all kinds about technology at butterscotch.com. And finally, I want to mention howdoyou.com. Howdoyou.com, of course, is a new contest from VeriSign that allows you to win up to $10,000 or one of 10 iPads if you send your .com story. How's .com changed your life?
And if you win $10,000, you can buy one of these rigs. You can buy a few of them, probably.
You probably could. All right, that's it for us. My name's Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
And we'll see you next time. Ooh, 3D, look.
Are you ready?
Yeah, that's actually good. They tinted yellow right now, so that actually looks neat.
So do a quick, hey, welcome back to Labrats, and then turn to my camera.
Your shirt has a life of its own today.
It's in 3D, man.
It is
3D woodwork.
Yeah, that looks worse. Okay.